YouTube. I'm going to get a couple of videos done while I'm waiting on some knives to heat treat and before the bottom falls out. And I want to ask you a question. How sharp is sharp? Is it shaving sharp? Or maybe it's not shaving, but it's still sharp. The reason I ask this is when I was a youngster, a few days ago, we was on a fishing trip, a camping fishing trip. It was a church group, and we had some trot lines set out and things like that. And I had, of course, I've always had a knife, but I had a little old pocket knife, and I was probably 10, 11 years old. And we had caught some nice fish and started to skin them. And me being proud of my edge on my knife, I handed it to this one of the elders in the church, and I said, "Use my knife. It's sharp." He started skinning the fish with it for a little while, and he handed it back to me. He said, "Son," he said, "that knife is it's sharp, but it don't have a good edge." And I said, "Well, what do you mean by that?" He says, "There's a difference between razor edge and cutting edge." And he says, if you had a rough edge, it would cut better and last longer than a razor's edge. He said, a razor is for shaving. He said, we're not shaving, we're filleting a catfish. And so it took me many, many years to understand what he was talking about. And basically what he's saying is, if you hone an edge enough, it will get like a razor. But that edge will not last very long, especially when you're using carving on wood or using it for anything other than shaving. I find that once I get an edge on a knife, if I will rough that edge up with a ceramic rod, or not even hone it, just strop it a little bit and get all the fine metal out of it, but leave it rough. I have ceramic edges on my hones, but I don't use them. I don't use a fine stone on my knife edges. I'll use a steel, a sharpening steel, and if you run your fingernail down the edge of my knife, you can feel it kind of catching your fingernail. Will it shave? Well, it'll shave a little bit, but it's not where you can take you've seen them use the tissue paper, and it's a cool thing to do. Take the tissue paper and slice it. Well, my knives won't do that. It'll grab it because it has a rough edge. But the edge will last longer than a smooth edge because part of that edge is being protected by the teeth, the microscopic teeth. And looking back on that older gentleman skinning that catfish, he had a little old bitty old-timer pocket knife, little 3-blade Stockman, and it was probably about the 2.5 like that. And he was skinning catfish, that was nice sized catfish, 5-6 pound catfish. And he never ever sharpened that knife through that whole catch, never. And I mean, it cut like a razor blade. When I say razor blade, it cut better than a razor blade. So I challenge you, take your knives and rough up the edge. Don't strop it to where it has a fine honed edge on it. Leave it rough. Go out and use it and see if it doesn't cut better. Cut leather with it. Take some fine leather like this and just start slicing it and see which edge wears out the quickest. I would do that, but it just takes up too much leather. But that's a nice challenge for you guys. See if it works. And if you do, take plenty of Band-Aids. And you got to have more than one knife. So same profile. If you're going to use it on a full flat, then use 2 full flat knives, or sharpen one way and use it until it gets dull and won't cut anymore. Then sharpen it another way and use it until it don't get dull. See how big your pile of leather you got there. Just cut. But anyway, just food for thought. Somebody asked me at one time, I'd made a comment in a video, I prefer a rough edge, and that's the reason I prefer a rough edge. It doesn't necessarily shave. It will shave a little bit, but it's not hair popping sharp. Shaving sharp, it's sharper than that. If that makes sense. So my knives are sharper than razor blades. And see, you can get those fine curls. Like that. But it doesn't necessarily shave. I mean, it will shave, but it's not like those knives that you see on YouTube where somebody is just taking a hair and just slicing it with a blade. Mine won't do that. It'll grab the hair. But that means the blade will grab whatever you're cutting. Something to think about. Till the next one, you guys be safe.